I'm trying to think of an intro here, I really don't have one. There's a lot of holes in my ceiling, how about, that's all I got. Paranorman is a movie that follows a kid named Norman who is very different. That's the lightest way in putting it. What he really does is he sees the dead and he can talk to everyone who's dead, who's a ghost that's still on Earth. Not all of them stay on Earth, but he can talk to the ones that are still here. And he's a social outcast, he gets bullied a lot at school, and then one day his crazy uncle comes to him and he tells him that he has to go and stop the witch's curse, which will allow zombies to come up and attack the town. And he's the only one who could stop her because he has the book and he can read it, and that's enough. I'm going into spoiler territory at this point, but that's the point of the movie. Going into this movie, I had kind of mixed feelings because the trailers seemed pretty alright, but I don't like stop motion animation. If you've watched my well-hated Pirates Band of Misfits video, you'll know that I do not like stop motion animation. And you know what? Coming out of this movie, it is pretty good. It's a pretty good animated movie. Look, I know that there are good actors in the cast that I know, but I'm not visualizing the names to the people right now. So I'll just say the person who played Norman was really good. I thought that the voice fit the character. He has this fat friend, and he is hilarious in the movie. He has some of the best parts, like that scene in the trailer where he's the Halloween music and then the Jason mask. That's a great thing for adults to see, because I don't think kids will necessarily get that. Christopher Mintz-Plasse, McLovin's in this movie, and he plays like the school bully that keeps bullying Norman. I didn't really think his voice fit the character he was playing, because I visualize McLovin as this tiny, bony, thin guy. And then the bully, it's just like he has this round stomach and it's just taller. It didn't fit the character in my opinion. He wasn't bad in the movie, but the character's voice did not seem like a voice that bully type character would have. Everyone else in the cast is fine. A lot of different characters have funny moments. I can't really go into all of them now because I'm just not going to remember all of them, and then I'll be angry at myself for not remembering all of them. So let's just move on. Look, stop motion is not my thing. I've established this every single time I've talked about it. Here, I actually thought it worked because for some reason, I don't know why, it just didn't seem as pixelated as Pirates, and maybe that's because in Pirates, it really did look goofy. Like, the character designs and everything that was going on was really goofy. In this movie, it's more dark, and I don't want to say grounded in reality, because this movie is not at all. It was darker, the designs seemed a little bit more realistic. For humans, at least. Everything else is just really fantastical. And I think this is not a very good animated movie for kids, because I was there, and I was alone, you know, the lonely weirdo in the back at a kids movie, and they're kids. I have to get over that eventually. I heard the adults laughing, and I only heard the kids laughing a few times. Like, there are definitely some jokes in there for kids, but a lot of it went over their heads, because a lot of the humor is mostly aimed at adults, which I like personally a lot, but the kids, they didn't really seem like they got it. That does not take away at all from the movie, but what does take away is the climax of this movie, because they go on this chase to try and find where the witch is buried, so eventually it leads them back to the city hall, and I'm not going to explain how or what happens, but during the climax, there's just this long scene of talking, and it's just, I felt like it could have been cut down, because it got repetitive at times, and it kind of got on my nerves, like, okay, let's move on. I'll admit, I was kind of daydreaming, because they just kept going over the same material, so that was kind of saddening, because I was really enjoying the movie up to that point. Essentially, once it hits that part of the climax, I didn't really enjoy the movie anymore. Even after it ended, I just kind of had this feeling like, let's let the movie end already. Like, maybe the first hour and 10 minutes of Paranorman is fantastic, I loved it, then that last section of the movie just brought it down quite a bit, actually. I'm surprised that I have to go this low for it, but I'm gonna give Paranorman a medium-large popcorn. It's still definitely worth your time, especially if you're an adult. I think you'll really enjoy it. The climax for me just kind of brought it down, but I don't think many other people will feel that way. For some reason, I just feel like I'm gonna be on the minority on that. So what do you guys think of Paranorman? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? What's your favorite stop-motion animation movie? I haven't seen many, so I'll just say it's this one. Write your comments down there and tell me what you think. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button up there, because if you don't,